Check. Check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check. Yeah, we're about to get started. 1 second. Just making sure all the other feedbacks are good. Check, check. Making sure the sound is good. All right. We're going to roll in 3, 2. What is up, team? Welcome back to Headquarters. Your Antifa CEO here. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. Why would I lie to y'all? Today is just a very hard day for me. Team, I'm feeling broken down. I'm feeling just beaten down. I'm feeling a lot of things that many people probably don't admit in public. But honestly, I need y'all right now. I just didn't want to be alone. And in some ways, I don't know. I was kind of scared to get on here because I knew a lot of this was going to bleed through, but realistically, I need to just be accountable right now. I'm tired of being alone, and I have my family and stuff. It's just the way that my life is right now and the way that our schedules are. Just a lot of the time that I'm awake, I'm like just alone. And I have love and I have all the things, but this is just an extremely hard time of the year for me. This is just an extremely hard time mentally, just in this moment. And, look, I'm not trying to, I know for the people on the audio experience, I don't want to just sit here and cry about my feelings and whatnot, but, I don't know. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you kind of just have to be real and be honest and be open about who you are as a person. And I think that it's okay. I think maybe on the other side of this, I can feel a little better, hopefully. But, I don't necessarily feel like I want to be fiery about the news or fiery about the billionaires. Who knows? Maybe I'll feel better in a little bit. I don't know how this works. Because, every time that you're in it, it's different. And every time that you're in it, you try to lean back on the ways that you found to get out of it, but it's different every time. And I guess this is a new way to try to have to be in front of people. And one of the things, though, even though we're here, it's still alone. I don't know. I don't know. I'll tighten up some sort of message in this. Today's obviously going to be focused on mental health, not just mine, but I guess mine, and me being honest and open about how I'm feeling right now is an expression of all of the struggles that we face, because I know that I'm not the only one. And I think that that's maybe part of the reason I wanted to, definitely get on here is because, comrades, we need each other. We definitely need each other. And it's just hard, man. It's just hard for so many unnecessary reasons for so many of us. We really are just struggling all the time, and for what? And our time is just stripped away from us for nothing. I just want to see the people I love. I just want to be with the people I love. And you don't realize how finite life is. You don't realize how quick in a blink. If not today, it could be tomorrow. It could be weeks from now. It could be, we don't live forever. And we don't know what's on the other side of that. All we know is right now. And we know that life is the most precious thing ever. And we don't get to spend it with the people that we love. And, and everyone's time is so thin. And I don't know, man. I just don't want to be alone with my thoughts right now. I just, comrades, I have to find the strength. I have to find the strength. And it's tough. It's tough. I put on the suit, put on the tie, I do all the things. And in a way, it's a gimmick. Of course it's a gimmick. But I do it to try to make me feel better. Because earlier in the year, I was deep in it. And, it does make me feel better. It makes me feel more presentable. It makes me feel, people listen. But why? Why? I don't know. Why do we have to act? Why do we have to try to keep it together? Why do we have to try to keep it together when we're falling apart, Sometimes you just need people. Sometimes you just need people. And I think it's okay to ask. I think it's okay to ask for just a little bit of time. Especially if you need it. If that's selfish, then it is what it is. Maybe I'm selfish. But I'm working through it in real time. We try to be funny. We try to have the posture. We try to do all the things. But I'm working through it in real time. And I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep fighting. I got to keep fighting. I got to keep fighting. Yeah, I got to keep fighting. I'm sorry, y'all. I know that there's really nothing to be sorry about. But we're not gonna edit this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I'm getting on the internet in the middle of a breakdown. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I don't know what you're supposed to do. So I'm just trying what I got available to me. I'm just trying to connect as many people as I can. Maybe maybe it's so I have more people to lean on. But I'm just trying. Give me a second, I'm sorry. Fuck. I don't feel very CEO today. Sorry. Maybe we should just be audio only. But it's not like that's gonna be any better. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm just I don't know. Just the news, just everything. Because realistically, my life for the most part, it's not terrible. A lot of people would probably trade up. A lot of people would trade up. But I'm sorry. I probably should have called my therapist, but that shit costs money. I'm sorry to use y'all for free. Maybe that's not fair, but I don't know. Am I exploiting y'all? It's just you feel all the things. I feel so much right now. I'm just trying to work through it. I'm just trying to work through it in real time and find some sort of solid ground. Just pick myself back up. I thought this would in some way make it a little better. But it's just hard, Sometimes you gotta, I don't know, you gotta do what you can to find the light. Sometimes when you're in the tunnel, you gotta find the light. Sometimes you, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta fall apart. But I didn't want to fall apart alone right now. I knew that wasn't gonna be the best. I didn't want to fall apart alone. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to whip it into something, I'm trying to piece together some through line here. I can't find any justification. It's just, it's a culmination of things. This is a very hard time of year for me. I'm just in a very hard moment. And like I said, every time it's different to get out of it. Man, I just didn't want to be by myself. Everybody in my life at work right now, so I just didn't want to be by myself. I gotta find the strength, though. I gotta find the strength. We all have to find the strength. We all have to find the strength. We got better days ahead. We got better days ahead. Whatever we have to tell ourselves, whatever we have to do, whatever we got to do to hold it together, there's better days ahead. One moment at a time. 1 minute at a time. 1 second at a time. That's the difference. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I said, it's nothing in particular. It's nothing in particular. It's just the weight of the world, man. Oh, fuck. It's just the weight of the world. And I just didn't want to be alone right now. I'm gonna shake out. I'm gonna shake through. Damn, bro. Y'all call the cavalry? No, it's good, bro.
On, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just feeling it today, man. I don't know. It's nothing in particular. Like I said, it's just a tough time of year for me.
I get it, man. I get it. Things are looking grim. It could be a lot to take in. But brother, you got a great community over here, man. Don't feel like you're alone. You can always reach out to anybody um, that you feel comfortable with. I don't know if you want to talk about it. I don't know if you'd rather talk about it in private, why it's a heavy time. But whatever you're feeling, brother, you're not alone in this, man. And it's okay. I'd rather you let it out, be here, talking to us, than the opposite of that. I hope you know that that comes from a place of love, from getting to know you during this time. So just, so just take a breather, man. Just let it out, take it in.
Yeah, that's exactly why I turned the camera on. I uh I knew that I had to let it out, and I just didn't want to be alone while I was going through this. And just because of circumstances right now, everyone in my life is kind of at work and stuff, so it's just limited. I appreciate you, Joey. I do.
No,
Um,
likewise, man. That's why we're here, man. I mean, we're here to take care of each other, make sure we're holding each other accountable when these times are low, and just to let you know that it's okay, man. Like I get it, I get it. Again, I'd much rather have you here, be hanging out with us, um, feeling your feelings. I mean, you're human, bro. That's why we love you, because you are like this. Like it's good being getting to know you. So yeah, don't. I don't know if you're the type of person that apologizes for this, but don't. Your feelings are valid. You can only take so much. I came in when you said that part about the weight of the world. I know you can get a lot for one single person. So just put some of that on. Let some of that come out, man, and let others take care of you.
yeah, I really appreciate that, Joey. I mean, just hearing kind words of reassurance, and it's not that it's coming from a stranger, in ways we are friends. We spent a lot of time together over these last couple weeks, like you said, getting to know each other. So it does help, you giving me a little bit of a foundation, you giving me a little bit of something to
Yeah,
work
man.
with
This is
right
this is you, man.
now.
People like you for you, dog. Like we get it. You know, we're not always gonna be that happy merry-go-round vibe. But again, that's the being human, right? You're being genuine. You're not hiding from anything. You're not running from anything. And it's why we've come to appreciate you, man. Like we're here for the good times. We're here for the Antifa raves, but we're here to uplift each other, bro. So we're here. If you need this virtual hug, homie, I love you.
I
And I
appreciate
say
that,
that
Joey.
literally from the bottom of my heart, man. I'm big on energy. You give nothing but good energy, good vibes. So take it in, man. Take it in. This is a big group hug from everybody in the chat, myself. We're all here for you, man. Look at all the love you're getting, bro. This is shit that you've done, bro. Look at that shit. I'm sure that we're just a bunch of random people all over the internet, but you've touched people. People care enough to come in here to do this for you, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I really do. I really do. It's not all despair. I guess in some ways maybe this is happy now. You're flipping it to happy. So I definitely appreciate that. Um, yeah, it's just I don't know, man. You just some days are tougher than others. Some moments are tougher than others, and sometimes like you said, I don't know. I just needed to let it out. Um, but I didn't want to be alone. I wanted to do it in somewhat of a more controlled setting. I didn't think all these people were gonna sit here and watch me cry. But it is what
No,
it is. I appreciate y'all.
you're
Oh
good,
man.
man. You're good. Listen again. Just feel these feelings. I don't know what you're gonna proceed to talk about after, or take this whatever way you want, man. Again, you don't have to. Um, Talk about politics all the time, because that shit gets heavy. Like that shit gets heavy, dude. When you include your other aspects of your life in it too, you start thinking about that. It can get very heavy, man. So it's good to take a step back. Um, Maybe try to talk about something else for a little bit. Whether that's your experiences, your work experience, whatever it may be. Again, people like you for your personality, bro. You don't gotta talk politics. We know you know politics in and out. But if at any point this is getting too much, just take a step back, and pivot to something that makes you um, makes you content, right? That makes you happy. It's good to take a step back. I've been told that myself. I've been told that by you actually when you came in. So I'm gonna need you to take your own advice on this one, bro.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easier to give it, you know.
I get it. I
Sometimes you're
get it.
telling people what you need to hear, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it, man.
No, I
Um,
appreciate you, Joey. I really do, man. I really do. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate I do in this moment. I do feel love, you know. As close as close as we can get to love over the internet, you know. This is as real as it gets. Um I definitely do feel that. And it's recentering me for sure. You know, I needed this moment cuz I am going to have to get it together. I have to go get my kids. I got to go be dad. I have to, get dinner started. Um it's just I don't know. I guess maybe that's what I'll get into talking about family in this time cuz I got to stay I got to stay on at least until it's time to go get them. Um
yeah.
but yeah, Joey, I appreciate you. I don't know, are you at work right now, man?
I am, but I always make time, brother. So don't worry about me, man.
I
Um,
appreciate you, bro. Word.
yeah, no, yeah, just wanted to come in. Again, just I care about you, man. So I just wanted to come, even if it was to have a little conversation, just some reassurance in the way that I can give it to you. But yeah, just know again, this isn't anything to be ashamed of, dude. Again, you're human, so
I appreciate it, man. Just in this moment of you giving me time to breathe and listen, I'm feeling like I'm getting it together a little bit. Hey, look, someone said Joey blocked me. Y'all block him too. Y'all make sure to block him too. If Joey blocked me, it was for a reason.
yeah, I don't know who that
I
person
don't know
is,
who
but
it is, but y'all make sure to block him too. He's out of here. But I appreciate you,
Hi,
Joey. Hey, Juju.
you know what? I'm really proud of you for coming up here. Cause like Joey said before, we'd rather have you up here talking to us than the alternative. And I know from experience, like bottling it up or like, you know, not being in a controlled setting, it can be like pretty bad. So I'm glad you're out here and you're working it out. You know, that's very strong of you. Um, and I also wanted to make a point of like what Joey was saying earlier. If you want to like take a step back, take a break, or even like make different content, I personally love to hear you talk about making content and like the advice you have because I feel like you're very knowledgeable there. Um, but you do whatever you need to do, and it's gonna be okay. We're still gonna be here.
I appreciate that. Um, in terms of the content thing, I don't necessarily see this as like me making content at this point. It's very existential. We're dealing with such hard things every day, and I think that's part of it. Like Joey said, when you're in the gauntlet, it does kind of wear you down, and then you just have all the other pressures of life and just trying to keep it together and trying to be all the things that you're supposed to be, and not feel like you're failing the people that you love. Um, and I guess maybe when you put extra pressures on yourself, it does compound some of those things. But I don't know, man. I don't feel like we have the luxury of time for me to take all these steps back.
We do.
I
We
feel
do.
like
We have the time
I feel like
because
breaking down in the controlled place, like you said. I guess maybe this is me taking a step back in this moment, because obviously today's probably not going to be a political anything. Um, I'm still gonna put
look.
this
I
out
mean,
as a recording because
yeah.
it's
Like
just the
going
game.
forward,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
taking a break and like having some like rest is gonna help you to be here in the future. And if you don't get the rest that you need, you're just gonna like burn out even quicker the next time. So rest is absolutely necessary. And you know this is a marathon, and I know you've said that too. and we all have to take breaks here and there. So this is perfectly normal and human, and you need it. And just whenever you start to like put all that pressure on yourself, just like remind yourself, like, I'm human too, you know, like, try to like take some of that weight off.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Um, I mean, I don't know. It's not like I planned. I definitely didn't plan to get on here and start crying. I planned to come on here and talk about Venezuela and stuff like that, but I felt like I was in the midst of a breakdown, and I was like, let me just get on live because maybe I can keep it together. But once it started, it's hard to put it back in the bottle. But I don't know, man. We're just, I feel like you said, so many people are struggling, and I think that in that moment, I turned on the camera because, like I said, I didn't want to be alone, and I didn't think all y'all would show up. I really appreciate y'all, but I knew like a couple people would show up, and I knew that in some way it would give me something to tap into. But to see a lot of y'all, and especially Joey popping up, it shows that we're heading in the right direction. And it shows that I think we have a lot harder fight because we're not centered on hatred and the psychopathy that they have. I can't tap into just, I hate brown people or whatever. I can't tap into something like that. I'm seeing pain, and I'm seeing violence, and I'm seeing people struggling. And, that's what I have to tap into for my fire. And, like you said, when you compound that on all of the things, because I mean, my life is good. I'm so blessed, and I've worked so hard to get through the trenches to where I am in my life now. But I still, just because of my schedule and stuff, I'm alone so much, and I just want to be with like my family. And I do have a stretch of that coming up, and I really just have to make it to that. But, I mean, all of us, all of our time is just ripped away from us, and we can't be with the people that we love. And I really think that that's doing something really bad to us. It's not something that we can just keep doing like this. I'm trying to.
Let's have a Christmas like little party on here online too. I'm
about a
gonna be
Christmas
alone here for
party.
Christmas.
I'm about a
We're
Christmas
gonna have
party.
an online Christmas rave.
You're not gonna be alone. I'll be live for Christmas. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm about it.
Because it's just me and my doggy.
I'm about it at night.
Yo, MT, to say a little something about what you were saying about your family. It's okay, man. Like, I don't know what your guys' relationship like at home is with your family dynamic, but I know that can get hard, especially as a man. I can relate to you on that part where we don't feel like we're doing enough because we're either at work or the time that we're with our kids. It feels like it's never enough, right? It feels like we don't have enough of that. But dog, you can't put that on yourself. Like, you're giving them the time that you can, right? You showing up for them is gonna stay with them. You being there, you're gonna go pick them up from school. All these little things, dude, are things that they're going to remember. You're showing up for your kids, man. You're doing enough, brother. Like, don't let that weigh heavy on you, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I can just because I'm like closer to the age, but whenever my parents came to pick me up, it made the biggest smile pop up on my face. Like, oh my god, like they're here for me, Like you get excited. So you're doing the best that you can, and I promise you're making them so happy just by being there.
I appreciate that, because it definitely does feel that way sometimes. When I see that I only have such limited hours with them, and especially with my work schedule right now, I'm not home every night. And I was raised by my grandparents. I didn't have my mom and dad, and and I don't know, I just don't want that for my kids. And maybe that's not what it is, because I'm still here every day. I'm sleeping when they go to school, but I'm still in the house, so, but I don't know, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I just wanted to work, we're just working through it in real time.
MT, how old are your kids, man?
6 and
Sorry,
4.
boys.
I got 6 and 4, two boys.
Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Just because you don't get to spend time with them every single day, right, doesn't mean that you're not there. So what I want you to do is those days that you might not be able to spend time with them, even though you're in the house, but they're sleeping or whatever, I want you to write little notes to them so that when they wake up, they see these notes and maybe their mom reads them or whatever, right? But they know that you were there.
Yes, that's such a good idea. I used to love that. And I would actually write it for my mom too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's such a good idea.
Yeah, I
love
think that is a good idea. My son, we can write notes back and forth. I think that is a great idea.
Yes.
Yeah, because he
And
put
as
on
they
his.
get older, as they get older, right, and they know how to write and read, you can get a journal that's between you and your son,
Yeah.
right? The one, and then you and I don't know if it's a son and a daughter.
No,
but
I
the
have two
other kid,
boys.
okay, so one for each, and that's like a confidential thing where it's just you and them.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea too. Definitely.
Because I plan on doing that with my daughter, right? Just because I know, like, when I was a kid, I had a hard time expressing my feelings, my emotions, and my thoughts. Writing was always like my default.
Mm-hmm.
And I want her to feel like you don't have to come to me physically. You don't have to come to me verbally if that's not how you're comfortable, right? To talk to me about what's going on. I will meet you where you're comfortable.
Yeah, I think that that's really good, is making sure to have all the places, available to them, to be able to communicate. And like you said, just making the presence feel felt. Because, I mean, maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I think of what the ideal version of a dad's supposed to be. And, I don't know. I feel like I'm close, but thank y'all.
Don't. You're projecting because of what your childhood was like, right? And I get that because a lot of us do that. But you can't do that. You are not your parents. Right? You are not your parents. That's number one and foremost. You are doing everything that you can to be present with your children.
Right.
You are doing everything that you can to make sure that they have everything they need. You're right. We live in a society that does not value family time as much as they should. For a fucking society that claims to want family values and all this bullshit, it just ain't there. Right? We have to work a lot. But that doesn't mean that you are neglecting your children. Right? You just have to find a way where you are able to make yourself feel like you are still there without necessarily having that quality time every single day.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to just, that's the hard part. I'm just trying to figure it all out. Nobody, when they got books, but they're all trash. Everybody's just trying to sell you something. I'm just trying to figure it out. I only have my lived experience, so I guess maybe I do a lot of comparison based on that. And, it's substantially better, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe it's me trying to be more of what I wanted from my dad, even though I didn't have my dad present. And he's passed now. He died of a brain aneurysm at 41. And so that's part of it too. It's just the finality of life, and it's like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing that we spend our time in this way? And it's like none of the things that matter, like you said, it's not given any value in any way. Our family time, the people that we love, and we have to fight so hard to like fortify that time or fortify those things. And even in the moments that we have them, there's so many things like chipping away at it anyway. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing, I guess that's maybe what I feel is just, I feel a mix of confusion and despair. And I do feel hope. I mean, especially, especially all of my online friends coming together in my time of need. I definitely feel hope. And I feel, I feel like we can get through this. I mean, I feel like we take it one moment at a time. We can get through this.
We will, man. And again, there's no perfect way to live, right? In whatever way, you're never gonna be the perfect husband. You're never gonna be the perfect father, the perfect employee. But you can be the best version of you, right? Whatever that means to you, MT. Again, I'm a big believer in you just showing up for your kids. If that's what's really weighing heavy on you for your kids and your wife, that family aspect, just show up, man, and do it for yourself too, because you're wanting to build these memories. You're saying that you didn't get to have these with your dad, and as unfortunate as that is, I hope you've gone to therapy just to like get through that, because again, this is little MT that we're talking to, right? The
Yeah.
MT that needed his father there. But you're doing that for your kids. Don't let whatever happened to you in the past prevent you from being the father that they need. So, dude, again, you doing the small things means a lot to these kids, bro. Sometimes all our kids want is for us to pay attention to them, to look over their way when they say, "Hey, daddy, daddy." That's all they want. They need that reassurance, because they're pretty sure that's what we all want, right?
Yeah.
So don't man, don't beat yourself up over it. It's good to think about it, so that way you can, if you feel like you can work on that, do that. But also don't beat yourself up for having a bad day. Again, we can only take so much, dude. It doesn't make us weak. It doesn't make us less than. It just makes us human. We have feelings. If we didn't, I mean, we'd be monsters. If we could put this all away and just pretend like everything's okay, dude, that we're not human at that point. We're so disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, for your kids, I can tell you this, like, they don't need all these, like, toys or trips or whatever, they just want quality time with their dad, so you don't have to go out of your way to do all these things for them either. Because, they just want to talk to dad, play with dad. And you're doing like exactly what you're supposed to be doing for them, and I can tell like you really try for them, and I promise you they really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate just hearing that. I really do. And like I said, I mean, I appreciate just hearing, y'all kind words of reassurance. Especially Joey. I know that you're a dad in the trenches as well. I know some of this, like, hey, we're telling each other what we need to hear ourselves too. But I really appreciate y'all, because y'all are allowing me to center and work through my emotions in a controlled manner and not be alone, and feel valid. I think that's the most important thing. I think that's probably the through line of all of this, is that it's valid to feel, and it's valid to let it out, and I think it's valid to maybe ask of people that it might, maybe I need a little bit of energy from you too. I think that's what I needed in this moment, was just a little bit of energy. I really thought it was just going to be a couple people, I really just thought it was going to be my mods and my friends, but look how many people showed up, man. I really appreciate y'all.
MT, and I think, to what you said, we gotta take things one day at a time, and if one day at a time seems too tasking, then we need to do it 1 hour at a time, right? Like, however we need to break things down to make you feel manageable for us, that's what we do. And we can't always be thinking like getting ahead of ourselves, because that's where we go into like these depressive states, because we feel like we're never going to accomplish whatever it is that we're trying to do, right? When we focus on too much. And we also can't hyper focus too much on where we've been, because that's where anxiety kicks in as well. Right?
Yeah.
So we have to take things one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, or one task at a time. Let's remember, like, this is how we put order into whatever we feel is chaotic in our lives, to make it manageable.
See that picture right there, bro? That's me sending you my energy, dog.
Bro.
Is that Naruto?
No,
Juju.
damn, Juju.
I can't see it.
I mean, I guess it.
Naruto.
Yeah, it would look.
All I see is orange and a Rasengan, but I can't tell.
Yeah,
What?
it's okay.
This is Spirit Bomb, not you fucking saying Rasengan.
It's okay, bro.
Oh shoot, my bad.
That's
My
what was
bad. My
pop for her
bad.
generation,
My
bro. It's
fault.
okay. Thank
That's on
y'all.
me.
I'm
That's
not.
Dragon Ball. My fault.
I appreciate you, but this I
I love Dragon
wasn't.
Who's
Ball.
getting on
I don't
mine,
want no
bro?
gifts right
Drop
now.
her ass.
Somebody
Drop her
I'm
ass to
sorry,
the
I can't see. I genuinely could not see.
Y'all don't need to send no
It's so
gifts right now. That
small,
low
and
key
I'm
making me
on
feel
the
slimy.
I know.
Yeah. What was
But I did watch all of Dragon Ball.
what was what's the game plan for today?
Well, I feel better now. Um, I'm going to, depending on how the rest of me being on live goes with y'all, I'm going to just upload that shit because it is what it is. People need to know I'm struggling. People know they struggle too. I'm gonna go turn my grill on and cook some chickens, and then I'm gonna go get my kids, and I'm gonna clean up the house and do the laundry, and just try to make sure I can stay focused and do my family time. And then tonight I'll be making the rounds recruiting for my Sick Life Radical Network.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's my plan for the rest of the day.
Don't forget not to wash your chicken.
Yeah, no, I'm a scientist. I'm a scientist. Don't worry. I know. They teach that in microbiology. Like, it's just because realistically people aren't gonna be clean. They're not in a lab, so they're gonna probably contaminate and get salmonella and something else.
There you go, guys. You heard it from a scientist.
And don't wash your chicken with soap either.
Mexican over here.
Yeah. Yeah, like people get hella offended, and that's like a low-key a thing in the black community, and I don't wanna, it's not, because I'm half black, so don't attack me. But,
Nope.
don't
Nope,
wash
we
your
don't wash our
chicken.
chicken here. Mm-mm. Nope.
The bacteria, everything's gonna be gone at 165 anyway.
Mhm.
Exactly.
What about ground beef? You wash your ground
Guys,
beef?
That's criminal.
That's crazy. Why would you
No
wash
way
your
you
ground
wash your
beef?
ground beef. That
How do
is
you wash your ground beef?
diabolical. Exactly.
Just wash it in
Prison.
the blood.
Prison.
Wait, what?
Joey, stop.
What is that crazy?
Stop.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Prison. Both of y'all.
What are you yapping about? Oh,
Listen.
that is wild.
Look, I don't know what the hell I'm
What?
making for dinner. I don't know. I don't know what I'm having for dinner.
Well, I made chicken
Yeah, that's
soup.
part of it. Yeah, that's why I'm cooking. I got 2
I make
chickens.
my chicken noodle soup.
I'm gonna smoke them, and then
Soup.
I'm gonna pull one of them and throw a soup together. If I don't do that tonight, then I'm gonna bring that to work and do that in the slow cooker at work.
Oh, damn.
Ooh,
I
pork
will
bao
virtually
buns.
send you my soup, a bowl of soup.
Pork
Oh,
bao
not
buns
them
sounds
making
so
pork
good.
bao buns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my God, those things remind me like a
Oh,
bouncing
Lucky.
marshmallow, man.
What about
Like-
you,
Oh,
Jen?
they're so good.
What's for
I love
dinner?
Asian food.
What's
I
for
love
dinner
Asian food so
tonight,
much.
Jen?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. So I didn't go anywhere today. I work from home, but my daughter didn't even go to school today because
It's cold.
I'm not feeling good, and I just didn't want to fucking go outside. But now I have to go outside to go buy milk and eggs and fucking shit. So
Yeah.
I do have leftover turkey meat that I should shred and just make some like flautas or rolled tacos, crispy Mexican tacos.
Ooh.
That sounds good.
See, y'all are better than me. I just live on my chicken soup.
Did you make the
There's
chicken
nothing wrong
soup?
with that, Juju.
Yeah, I make it, it's like a family recipe, but I like to do my own take on it. And then I just like add noodles and it's really good.
Yeah, as long as you're making it and not eating it out the can, you'll be all right.
Oh, no. Everything's fresh. Absolutely not. We don't do canned soup here.
Especially Campbell's. We don't do Campbell's anymore because that VP said that only poor people eat his stuff. So
Oh my God, that was so disgusting.
we're going to show him that nobody eats Campbell's.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I grew up on like sopa maruchan. What is that called in English?
Ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Maruchan,
Yeah, I
Me too.
Yeah, not have like my mom working 2 jobs. I relied on a bunch of eggs That was like the first thing I learned how to cook: eggs and then ramen noodles.
That was me in university when I was like staying in my dorm, like almost every night. Whenever the food in the cafeteria wasn't that great, I would always eat my ramen.
Listen, you can really doctor up some ramen noodles by having like some little green onion. You can even saute some spinach and throw it in there. Use some mushrooms.
Corn in there
You
too.
know, a little
Yeah,
what's it
corn.
called? Rotisserie chicken,
Mm-hmm.
right? Throw
Yeah.
some slices on there and a boiled egg.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
guys
some,
don't know what
You
you're
can make
missing.
it cute. You can make it cute.
and top it up with some sriracha.
What's up,
Yes,
Steph?
sriracha for sure. Hey, Steph.
She's muted. Oh, we can't hear.
Is she muted?
Yeah, I was for a sec. Y'all were talking. I didn't want to interrupt.
What's up?
Nothing. Just found you guys and on my For You page, and I was like, you know what? This is a nice environment. Why not?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What you doing
Vibes
for
in here.
What you doing for dinner today?
I think it was spaghetti. We're making spaghetti.
Okay. Honestly,
Ooh, nice.
I bought those
I've
chickens
been debating
though.
making it too.
I gotta cook those chickens. I guess I can make. No, I'm just gonna cook the chickens. I love
You can
spaghetti
do-
though.
Well, actually, that might be a little too extra.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what I'm
thinking
saying.
Chicken, tikka masala or something, but like that's a bit much.
Yeah, that's a lot, dude. That's a lot. I ain't trying
Or
to do
you can
that.
do what's it called? I don't know if you like hello. Every time I'm speaking, he's like, I'm like what?
Joey low key be bullying
No, he does.
with the farm animal noises. Hey, I could tell, Joey, you had the little, the what does the make? You definitely had one of those,
Oh
bro.
yeah, I had that too.
Yeah.
Do you like chicken Alfredo?
Yeah, I like chicken
Or
Alfredo.
pasta? So there you go. You can make chicken with it.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. I might do a little pasta on the side. Might maybe throw some like pesto pasta or something. My kids don't.
Nice.
They don't like green though. So I gotta figure out. I mean, I guess they're just gonna fill up on chicken, which is not that bad. But yeah. I mean, I really appreciate y'all. I can't express that enough. Man, I was really going through it. I definitely feel a bit more normal now. Probably need to drink a little more water, but
I'll drink it with you.
I think that's what that's what comrades are for. That's what people are for. I mean, I definitely was in a time of need. Definitely just I don't know. Definitely was struggling, but I feel better at least in this moment. Oh, is that your dog, Joey?
Booty. No, that's my barber's dog.
Okay. Yeah, I probably need to go to the
My
barber.
dog is the best.
Maybe that's
Hey,
part of it.
I gotta get back because I'm transporting, so I
Bro.
just pulled over. Dog, just know that whatever you need, man, you know where to reach me. I love you seriously.
Yeah, I
dog.
appreciate you, Joey.
I'm glad this universe, this
I
path
love you too,
connected
bro.
us. So yeah, man, you got community behind you, brother. So again, your feelings are valid, and we're here for you, brother. Appreciate you.
I really appreciate you too, Joey. Thanks for the time today.
I'll be listening, but yeah, I gotta start transporting.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro.
Bye, Joey.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Jen. Bye, Steph. Bye. Bye, Juju.
Bye.
Bye.
No, I really do
I'm trying to
appreciate
put
y'all
my
though.
dog on here.
Yeah, I gotta hop off too because I gotta go to the store.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, everybody go. That's perfectly fine. I mean, I appreciate y'all coming up to give me the kind words and the reassurance and all the things that I needed in my very vulnerable moment. But I mean, that's what the people are for. That's what community's for. Steph, so what? This is your first time. Your first time joining in. It's normally not as camaraderie. It's actually a little more fiery during these lives.
Yeah, no, I was going live a lot, but I kind of burned myself out, and then I started working, so I stopped going live.
Yeah, I can feel that.
And right now, I just got on here real quick, and you popped up, and I was like, oh wow, this is interesting. I like it.
Glad you found us.
I love when
Yeah.
people aren't scared of their emotions,
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was scared of the emotions that I was feeling. I think that's part of the reason that I hopped on a camera and did it over the internet. But
That's
I
brave
think
though.
it was,
Mhm.
yeah,
A lot of
brave.
people can't even do that, you know?
Yeah, I don't, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It's because you feel you want you like.
Understandable.
There's those emotions that you feel. Maybe you feel some degree of shame or like, oh, what did I do that? Low key cringe, but it is what it is. I mean, especially in the content game, I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna get on here and be your Antifa CEO tomorrow. Might even be later. Might even be on this same episode. I'm feeling
Yeah.
recentered again. I'm feeling reshaped, reformed. I'm feeling re-energized. But
That's good.
That's good. Sorry, I'm trying to work this green screen thing.
no, it's cool. Steph, I'm gonna let you down. Um,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and
Thank
hang
you.
out.
It
I
was nice
appreciate
meeting you
you.
guys.
Oh, there she is. Okay. There we go.
What kind of dog you got, Juju?
She's a Yorkie poodle.
Okay. We have
Yeah.
I got a Frenchie right now. I he's very aggravating though. I really try to bond with the dog, but he just I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, they can be a little chaotic.
Yeah, he's very
Mine,
chaotic.
mine is like a little human. Like she acts like a human. Like you can sit her down and she'll just sit and watch TV with you. It's very interesting. She'll sit like a human. But yeah, I got her when I was like 7, I think.
Oh
Actually,
shit, huh? Your dog's
yeah.
really
So
old.
she's I want to say I think she's 13 now.
Damn.
She still looks like a baby though.
Yeah, I also have he's kind of like a mutt type dog that I had rescued a few years ago. And he's cool though. He's more of an outside dog though. But he's a really sweet dog. Him and my Frenchie, man, they like my Frenchie low key's been bullying him. Cuz at first he was scared of my other dog cuz my other dog was bigger, but now the Frenchie like he's low key bulked up. Like the Frenchie's just like really muscular now. And so he's just bullying the other dog. But
How old is he?
the other dog, Bosco, is 7, and then my Frenchie Batman is probably almost 1. My wife got the dog.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the puppies are the most chaotic, for sure.
Yeah, he's real chaotic. That's what I'm gonna have to clean up because he just chews everything and just staying on top of animals in the house and whatnot is a full-time job.
For sure, yeah.
But yeah,
All right, well,
for sure,
leave you to
Juju.
your lives.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm glad
appreciate
I could
you.
be here, and I'm glad you're here, so.
Same to you.
All right, I'll see you later, okay?
All right,
All right.
team. I appreciate y'all. I wasn't sure how this was gonna turn out in the beginning, but it seems like y'all kind of call it the cavalry. Seems like a lot of people showed up to show support, validation, show all the things. And I do feel better. I do feel substantially better. I mean, for the audio, I don't know who's going to listen to this, but if you listen to me crying in the beginning, if you were here for the beginning, I couldn't even really make a sentence. I was falling apart. Even 20, 30 minutes in, I could barely even speak. But just having, I guess, that moment of maybe a controlled mental breakdown. I mean, in 2 weeks, I've had 2 controlled mental breakdowns. But I don't know. Maybe that's what you got to do. Like if you can do it in a controlled setting, if you feel like it is tough, if you feel like you don't want to be alone, if you feel like you need someone, there's people that are there for you. And you might not realize, and you might think that, people don't care, but people care. And I think that's part of the reason that I especially did it on camera is because I knew that I didn't want to be alone because I know that people care. And sometimes when you're in your mind, You can, all kinds of things all kinds of things can be in there. And you really have to put yourself in front of people that care, or, get in contact with people that care as fast as possible to try to recenter yourself. And I think that that's why, especially in that moment, I felt like it's what I needed to do. I needed to just be in front of people, not to stroke an ego or anything, but just to feel valid. My emotions are valid. All of our emotions are valid. So many of us struggle with so many different things that we don't either want to talk about, or we don't feel like we can talk about, or we feel ashamed. And even after I've gotten all these words of encouragement and so many people showed up, I still feel some degree of shame. But realistically, there's nothing to be ashamed about. I was feeling very, very vulnerable and very, very just down in a moment. And that's nothing ever to feel ashamed about. That's nothing to feel bad about. And I don't think it's bad to tell people that you need them, or you maybe want a little bit of their energy, or whatever you need to continue going on. Whatever we need, comrades, it is available to us, especially when we come together. I think too, one of the most validating things about it is that no energy in science, I think Joey might have said this. He believes, no energy can be created nor destroyed, which is true in science. All energy is constant. It just transfers. And so, I think this is a boomerang that obviously I have been putting some good energy into the world for so many people to, in a moment of crisis. I realistically, I was kind of having a mental health crisis, for people to show up for me. I really do think that's a boomerang of what I've been putting out, especially with this community. For all the other platforms, because I forgot we were doing this on the other platforms. It's okay, though. It's whatever. Yeah, if people, Malky, you are right about that. If people were more public with their breakdowns, I think that we would have a lot better sense of what's going on, and there wouldn't be as much stigma around it. There's no reason to feel shame. And like I said, I didn't in any way intend to get online and have a breakdown. I felt like I was having a breakdown, and I'm not going to lie to y'all. I thought, look, put on the suit, turn on the camera. There's no way you're going to just get on there and cry. And, that was not, it turns out it doesn't work that way. It turns out you can't just bottle it all up. You can't just keep going. Turns out sometimes you got to just let it out. So that's what we did in that moment. And I do feel better. I do feel a bit of a cadence returning to me. I do feel the life returning. I'm perking up. I'm feeling the energy, comrades. I'm feeling like we can keep going. I'm feeling like we can keep pushing for our ambitious goals. I feel like we can continue to fight to improve material conditions. Comrades, I feel the energy. I feel it. And I know you do too. We've experienced such a wide range of emotions just in this time that we've spent together, and now I think it's very clear, at least to me in here, it's very clear that this is only accomplishable. Our lives can only get better if we come together and hold each other up. If we hold each other up, if we fight for each and every one of us the way that we feel like we should be fought for, I think that is how we come out on the other side, because we have compassion, we have empathy, we don't have hatred to tap into. So when we feel our emotions, it is very valid to express those emotions. It is extremely valid. And if you can express them with as many people as you can express them with, well, that's probably the best thing to do. If you feel like you shouldn't be alone, then that's the exact time that you should try to be in front of as many people as humanly possible. For me, that was pushing a button on a camera today. For me, that was me feeling like I needed to reach out to my comrades, and comrades, you showed up. And for that, I owe you everything. I owe you everything. And you are my reason. You will continue to be my reason, and we will continue on. I don't want to focus on the news right now because we didn't convolute this whole experience. I don't want to taint it with that. I know that the outside world exists, and it's not that we're putting our head in the mud. It's not that we are not aware of what's going on. No, we are fully aware. We are fully aware of the brutalization of brown bodies. But right now, comrades, I think we need to focus on ourselves. I think we need to focus on our mental health, and I think we need to fortify and be ready for the fights that we have ahead. Because those fights will be some of the hardest fights that we have ever experienced. Some of the most everything. It will take absolutely everything we have to make it to the other side of this, to make working class people's lives better. So I'm not going to taint today's message with the headlines. NPR will do a good job of that. We send them our $9 a month straight from the propaganda fund. PBS will do a good job of that. We also fund PBS. The Propaganda Factory funds PBS and NPR. They're funded by sick left radicals. It is what it is. It's my way, because how can I just gloss these headlines and read this material that real journalists are actually creating? It's very disrespectful for me to get on here and try to make content out of that. And I know that some creators do that and call themselves independent journalists, but that's not what I am. I am not an independent journalist. No, I am a propagandist. I am honest about who I am. I am the CEO, of Antifa. I am the most dangerous person in America, a sick left radical, in fighting to improve material conditions, fighting against this administration. And so, at the beginning of this, I did not feel very CEO, but now I feel better. I feel a lot better. We could definitely talk about the healthcare plan, and we can talk about how maybe telehealth wasn't available to me through our Antifa, what's it called? Healthcare, but that's okay. Whatever we have to do, comrades, we will do it just to feel better, just to make it through the day. Y'all see we have our little comrade right here. Our little comrade. I did that for my kids today. They were excited. They came in there and woke me up and it was like, he's on your microphone. He must have been on live last night. It was so hilarious. But that's what we do it for. I don't think anyone gets on here trying to improve lives without the thought of the future and the thought of their own children. Because, I think, I'm not going to lie, people asked me before, what radicalized you? And in some ways it was Donald Trump. And in some ways it was just seeing the degradation of all of the things around us. But I think really what radicalized me is that when I had my first child and I realized that life is just a scam, they're just out here scamming us. Every single level is just scam plus. Yeah, Elf on a Shelf. I forgot what my son named him. Last year he was named Wolf Sport or something. I think this year we're maybe Elliot. He's supposed to have a constant name, but it is what it is. Our little comrade, though, is helping to spread working class solidarity because people don't know, but Elf on a Shelf is actually Antifa. That's right. You wouldn't know it by first appearance. But who else wears red? Karl Marx, maybe? You'd be surprised. We run deep. But in terms of the topic of mental health today, I think that I also want to point out we're not cutting to the Better Health. This pod sponsored by Better Health. We're not trying to scam, man. Everybody's just trying to scam. That's one of the things that upsets me too is I just live in a world of scammers where scammers are held up as the pinnacle of society. You know, we got the scammer in chief as the freaking president right now. Everyone's just scamming. So, you know, we're talking about mental health. I'm not plugging Better Health because I'm not a freaking scammer, but please make sure to tap into anything that you can to fortify yourself. I mean, and I think that all of these communities that are being ripped apart right now, when you really look at it with the way that our time is, it's so hard for us to community build and to come together IRL. It takes such a dedication of time to be able to really community build and come together with people. And then not only that, but just the scheduling, you know? Because, I mean, I was in a mental crisis. I have a family. I have kids that love me. I have a wife that loves me. But, you know, she's at work and my kids are at school. And, you know, in moments, even when you have a network and you have people, you know, you still need to be able to tap in with whoever and wherever and whatever you can. And, you know, I think that is why at least my core objective throughout this whole thing has been connection. Connecting the people, connecting the creators, connecting the communities, connecting as many sick left radicals, as many comrades, as many compassionate and empathetic people that we can, because that is where we find strength. When we come together and we hold each other up, that is the most strong that we can ever be. Even in our most vulnerable moments, we can still be the strongest version of ourselves as long as we are reaching out. You know, I think that is what I learned from this, is that in what I would have considered personally one of my weakest moments, I was able to leverage it to become one of my strongest moments because I reached out to people in a time of need. And, you know, I think that I'll be better for that. You know, not only for the feelings being validated, but being better that I understand, you know, that I'm not alone and I always need to just reach out, you know. And so that's the message. That's the message for today, is just reach out and touch someone, reach out and call someone, reach out, check on all of your friends. If you consider them your friends, engage them in any way, just reach out and try to just maintain these connections and these networks that they're doing everything that they can to break apart. Just fight, you know, we got to fight like hell for our families and our friends and ourselves. And we have to fight for each other and we have to do everything that we can to come back together. You know, they've done a great job dividing us. We for whatever reasons just see each other as enemies, and the world is different and separate and all the things. So we have to fight like hell to try to come back together in as many ways as possible, and love each other and support each other and just do all the things that's required, you know, because life is very hard and life is finite. And in an instant, it can be over, you know, and you never know what people are going through. And so, you know, just reach out and touch people. Not everybody writes notes. Not everybody, you know, tries to reach out. Not everybody feels that they have the strength. You know, some people really do feel alone in those moments. And I think even if they technically, you know, their family or whatever, regular strangers, it's strangers, you know, strangers on the internet. We care about each other, you know, we care about each other sometimes more than the people in our lives, you know. I mean, I've honestly had strangers on the internet care more about me, show me more affection than the people that brought me into this world. So, you know, that in and of itself shows you that we have to try to reach out in every way that we can, especially when we are feeling the weakest. You know, I didn't do a live yesterday. I was thinking about canceling today. I was thinking about doing all these things because I felt so, I don't know, you know, I just felt a hurricane inside of me of emotions that was so hard to pick apart. But regardless of what they were just bringing me to a very bad place. And, you know, reaching out is how I pulled myself out I didn't pull myself out. Let me rephrase that. Reaching out is how people reached in and pulled me out. There was not an option. It was not a voluntary process. There was no way that I could have sat there and continued to wallow in despair, because I reached out, I sent the bat signal, and people literally grabbed me and lifted me out of despair. You know, I couldn't see the count, but I saw a lot of hands. I felt a lot of hands on me just now. I felt a lot of energy. I felt a lot of love. I felt so many people pull me out of a very dark space, a very dark moment. And for that, I'm just so grateful. You know, I really am. And I hope that everyone can just reach out too, because that's the key. That's the key to making it through this. You have to reach out if you feel like you can't make it, man. Because you can. And people got your back. People got your back. And when you reach out, the cavalry will come, and you will be surprised who comes, and you will be surprised how plentiful, and you will be surprised. It'll be people you've never even seen before that will tell you, no, I love you. I need you. Please continue on. Please be here with us. Please continue to put the greatness that you're putting into the world, because every one of us is great. It's not defined by what you do or anything like that. Anyone that comes around and treats people with kindness, compassion, empathy, respect, that is greatness. That is strength. It's not stepping on people. It's not bullying people. It's not making people feel like they can't express themselves in a valid way. So I think the entire arc of this is we find strength when we come together. And when we are weak, that is the time that we have to try to reach out. That is the most important and critical time to reach out. And in that time, in your weakest moment, at the drop of a hat, the weakest moment of your life can become the strongest moment of your life by just reaching out to people and letting them care for you and caring about yourself and caring about them. Because ultimately, that's what it is. It's a feedback loop of people caring about you, you finding a moment to care about yourself again, and realizing that you actually care about them. So please, reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out, and do whatever you have to do to make it through this dark world, to make it through this administration. Guys, I'm going to cut it. I got to go be a dad. I got to go be all the things that this world requires me to be. I have to go try to teach 2 young men to express their emotions in a controlled and safe way, and to also reach out, not only to me, but to anyone that they feel comfortable, and to strive in life to make as many places comfortable. And if someone is not making that space comfortable, then we just boot them, you know? We just boot them, and we let them know what's up, and we preserve our comfortable spaces for the people that make us comfortable. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate everything. I can't express that enough. I appreciate everything. I'm going to go cook these chickens. I'm going to go be all the things I need to be. And I couldn't be that. I couldn't have found that energy right now without y'all. So thank y'all so much, everyone, everywhere. Your CEO is signing off, but still working. We're still working.